All right, so you want to generate quality leads and you've tried different online advertising sources, or maybe you're just curious about how to actually generate quality leads. So I'm going to show you and educate you on what creates a quality lead, because I think there's a lot of different services or companies out there that try to pitch you on a quality lead. But I want to show you how you can ultimately create the quality lead based on the rules and things that you define. So you can see a little preview here of how we can qualify certain leads based on $2 million price point and 150K plus per income, right? So these are things and different levers that we can pull once you learn how you can actually do it, right? So one of the big things as an entrepreneur and as an agent is you're going to want to learn and have an understanding of how these things work, because if you just, pay someone else to do it and just kind of trust that they know what they're doing, you're not going to have the insight and the ability to really look over the system and see if it's a right fit for you. So I always take an educational approach to my content, all the calls that I have with agents. And so I wanted to share in this video, look, this is how you can use Facebook ads to generate quality leads. And we can basically design your perfect lead through this system. So we're here kind of at the end of the process, but I just want to show you how this visually looks. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm, number one, going to show you how to create an ad campaign, use a proven ad template. Then I'm going to show you how to take those leads through a qualifying process, like 10 to 12 questions to get some insight on them. And then lastly, I'm going to build this automation system with you. You can literally look over my shoulder, see every button I'm pressing, and I'm going to show you how to pull all these different levers so that you can create your perfect lead. So let's get started. So the first place we're going to start is within our Facebook ads account and ad manager. So you're going to need to make your ad account and basically set everything up, and then you'll have your ad account, right? And so if you're new here, or if you're new to advertising in general, what you are doing here is you're running an ad on Facebook, and Facebook gives you the ability to choose different types of campaigns. And so if you have watched some of my previous video, we've definitely talked about how to use the lead form campaign, and more recent videos I've talked about how to use Facebook Messenger, which is a super powerful one as well. But now I'm going to show you kind of the most advanced way to generate leads in terms of online marketing. And this is going to be the conversions objective. So if you're not familiar with conversions and you've heard about it, this is going to kind of walk you through how it really works. And then the best part is, like I said, we can literally select and cherry pick the type of leads that come into our system. And it's really, really powerful. So I like to show you guys what's possible, because everybody is going to have a strategy that's going to work better for them. Some clients are really great at video. They love being on camera. They want to maximize, their reach and do video and do things like that. Other clients, maybe they're a little bit more, like an engineer. They want to just design systems to be fully automated where they don't have to do anything, and they're not maybe so much about that human connection, and they just want to talk to the right people, give them a great solution. And there's obviously a blend of both of these different types of people, and there's all kinds of different combinations, but I like to show you what's possible. That way you learn for yourself, and then if you hire somebody to do this stuff for you, or you are looking at different options to invest into, you have an understanding of, hey, are you guys doing conversion campaigns, or are you doing lead form campaigns, and how do I know you're qualifying the leads, and what's the ad look like, right? And that way you're becoming more educated when you're talking to agencies or whoever it is that you're potentially starting conversations with in terms of your online marketing. So that's my approach here. So I'm going to show you exactly how to run the ad, how to link it to a funnel, and then I'm going to show you, hey, let's create your perfect lead, and I'm going to show you the perfect combination. So in this specific video, we're going to choose conversions, and there's a few different things that makes conversion ads special. So in my personal experience, the conversion ad objective, right, is going to tap into a different segment of the market in most cases. So what do I mean? So let's say that there's a audience of 10,000 people, right? And just to really simplify it, let's say that 5,000 of those 10,000 people are really engaged shoppers, right? They buy products online. They are always adding new things to their cart. They're buying upsells. They're constantly purchasing things online, right? And then let's say out of those other 10,000 people, these people click on a lot of ads, right? They just click on ads. They like to just mess around. They like to see, they like to see what other ads are out there for whatever reason, but they never really buy, right? So what conversions does is it's going to show ads, right? The ad that we're going to run together to those people that have a higher intent or are lower in the funnel. And don't ask me how they do it specifically, because none of these systems are perfect. And so, you can still show a lead generation or messages ad to somebody that is a really engaged purchaser, right? But the general idea and the general premise of a conversion campaign is that you're going to be showing, ads to people that are more likely to complete like lower funnel actions, right? So in this example, we're going to have a, survey. So I'm going to show you here how this thing works. But we're going to have like a long form, you can see we've got like 15 question survey here, right? And so we don't need someone that's just clicking. We need people that are actively filling out, long forms. And so let's say Loan Depot and Rocket Mortgage and Zillow are, have these 15 question surveys, and they're running conversion campaigns to a group of people. Well, when we put conversions out there, we're basically trying to tap into that market as well that's completing those actions. So conversions is kind of like the best way to create the higher quality leads. There's obviously other methods, and depending on what you do on the back end, it all works. But just from a purely objective, like what is each ad objective going to do, the idea is this is like the most valuable part of the Facebook ad campaign. Okay. So we're going to use our naming conventions like we normally do. And if you've been here before, you know that these aren't like perfect ways to, do it. This is just after 500,000 of ad spend and all the things I've done, I've created a process around it. And this is basically just how I do it. Right. And what I'm doing is just labeling it in a very clear and concise way that allows me to see what's going on without clicking into the ads, right? And so we got our type of traffic, so this is new people, and then we have our campaign. So if you go watch other videos I have, you'll notice that I say, cold traffic lead generation, if I choose lead generation, or cold traffic messages, or if I'm doing retargeting, I do warm traffic, right? So what we have here is cold traffic conversions, and then this is just telling us what inputs we have at the audience or ad set level. Lastly, for our ad, we're going to just do image number 1, and we're going to click continue. So for anything real estate related, you guys know we have to select the housing category, right? So we're going to click next and go to the next ad set, and we're going to start to set up this conversion campaign. So conversion, like I said, a little bit more advanced, little bit more stuff that you've got to do. So you may not be used to like selecting the pixel here and choosing an event, right? So I'm going to walk you through it. So the first thing we need to do is just make sure that the conversion and the conversion event location is website. Okay, and so we're just going to select website. So now we have our pixel and then we have our conversion event. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click lead, okay? And so real simple, what we're doing is we're going to put a piece of code into our website, into our funnel that tells Facebook, hey, when somebody lands on this page, I want you to know that this is what I consider a lead, right? So this is why conversions can be way more valuable, because let's say that you take a lead through, I like to speak in extremes when I give examples because it helps you understand it more, right? So let's just say we took a lead through a 100-question survey, right? And after they finish that survey, they're redirected to page 2. So page 1, 100-page survey. Page 2 is a, thank you page, right? So if a lead, fills out 5 questions, right, they never make it to page 2, right? And so if we can tell Facebook, hey, if somebody has to complete this entire action for me to consider this a lead, and for me to consider this a lead, these are the types of people that I want you to go find more of, right? And so when we have this 100-question survey, right, and then and only then are they considered a lead, now Facebook is starting to learn based on this action that you've designed and you've engineered. If you use a lead form, really Facebook is just optimizing for people that fill out the form, but they may not be people that book an appointment or actually buy, right? So we want to basically customize what our lead should look like based on a set of criteria. And in this example, we're starting with the most simple way. It's a little bit more advanced, but they're filling out this entire survey, right? So this is already kind of shifting the quality of lead, because we're designing with our expertise this real estate specific funnel, and then after they finish, it's like boom, that's a lead, right? And so really it's kind of like you're using Facebook, but ultimately you're customizing the process, right? So this is where all the campaigns we run for our clients are all lead-based conversion events, or custom conversion, which is more advanced, but for now we're just going to choose lead, okay? So this is if you're a little bit more advanced, or you want quality, this is what you need to do, because you get to design the process, right? And e-commerce, which is people that sell things online, Amazon, Target, Walmart, all these little small businesses that sell things online, they're always using conversions, right? They're using purchase, right? Because what good is somebody clicking and doing stuff if you're running ads and no one's buying, especially with a product that's $50, right? With real estate, no one's just buying it fully online. I mean, there are people that buy it online, obviously, but they're not, there's not 100,000 people inputting their credit card buying houses every single day yet. It will be, but you get what I'm saying, right? So we're going to choose lead. And so then we're going to just make sure that this says conversions. Dynamic creative can be off. We're going to, I'll do a training on what dynamic creative is and how you can use it. But for now, we're going to simplify it. So with our daily budget, usually you're going to need to start with something. You can still start with $5 as I recommend in other strategies. But this does tap into, like I say, a different type of audience and it's showing different people your ad. And so your cost per 1,000 people that see it will probably most likely go up, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to just do $10 today for this. And then we're going to leave our start date here. All this stuff is good. And then we're going to do our normal thing. So people living in this location. So we're going to just type in, let me pick a place. Let me do random location generator. Let's see what pops up. Let's do United States. As I do live streams and stuff, hopefully you guys can comment your own place. Let's just do Benson, Arizona. Never done that place before, but hopefully there's enough people. So let's see. Benson, Arizona. There we go. So there's no one here, or not a lot of people. So let's just do Phoenix just for the sake of, hitting this on the nose. So there we go. We got 2 million people, looking good. You can obviously do this if the area is smaller, but, we want to tap into, something that's, want to tap into a market that's actually big enough. So there we go. 2 million people. We're looking good there. So everything's pretty much the same. If you watch my other videos, you're going to choose your detailed targeting. So let's just do Zillow, Trulia. Let's just batch this all up. Just for the sake of just simplifying it, because like I said, we are going to be customizing the lead that we want anyway. So we want to let Facebook just have a general direction to go, which is real estate and buying a home, selling a home, because that way we can customize on the back end if somebody matches the criteria. Okay. So that's good. I mean, you could just leave it open too, but we got 1.7 to 2 million people interested in these interests. And they are in a 15-mile radius of Phoenix. And if I go to 25, I'll probably grab another 500,000 people or so. Yeah, so I grabbed another, 700,000 people or so. So that's a solid audience. So now we're going to leave automatic placements here. So the reason for that is with any strategy I'm teaching you guys, most likely there's not going to be any sort of manual placements, just because it's more simple. And, the goal of you guys implementing these different types of systems is for you to have a general understanding of how these things work, so you're aware of them, and to be profitable with them and not spend a lot of time on them. So we're not here looking for, you inside these ads every single day, clicking buttons, doing all these different things. We want you to be able to set something like this up for yourself, grow your business, make some profit, and then maybe hire somebody over time where they can manage it for you and kind of guide you and coach you on other elements of your business versus just ads, right? Because we want ads, we want, outbound stuff, we want email list growth, we want YouTube content, we want your website to be good, we want video content, Instagram, TikTok. We kind of need to hit every angle. So when you just start messing with all these different toggles in Facebook specifically, if you start doing stuff that constricts the system, now you got to go and change the ad, right? So you don't want to be in here doing too much stuff. We kind of want to do a set it and forget it evergreen plugin system. Okay. So this is good. So I'm going to show you how to name this. So we're just going to do real estate interest batch, because it's just a batch of different interests. And then we did Phoenix AZ 15-mile radius. And then I just delete this from here. So these are just little like codes to tell me what to put, and then ad angle is going to be our Phoenix homes list. And like I said, guys, we're going to be able to qualify these people. The automation is. So most people charge an arm and leg to do this, but I've tried some ISAs with different clients and stuff, and what I've found is like, yeah, they do a job, and I think depending on where you are in your business, they accomplish a goal, right? But ultimately, if you're watching this and you're an individual agent, or you have a team, but you're maybe a more tight-knit local business that wants to actually connect with clients, ISAs in most cases, the ones that have all their systems down, they're not that they're not friendly, but their goal is just to get you an appointment. And while that is the goal, right, of these systems, I just like to take a little bit of a different approach where, hey, maybe somebody on their body language or what they're saying isn't like an immediate appointment, but I can tell that, hey, like I have a good connection with this person. Like why would I worry about if they're ready to buy or sell immediately, right? So I like to use and let the consumer tell you where they're at, right? And you can see these different questions and stuff. And then from there, we can set a general frame of what we need to actually have a conversation with somebody in terms of a general, your goal is to make money with the system and the goal is to use this to get new clients, right? I'm not saying just, this is charity, but I'm saying if we can have, 12 questions, which is pretty good, we can use some general automation rules and our likelihood of contacting the leads is much higher. Not that you don't need the ISA, but like I said, if you're getting 100 leads a month and out of 100, 20 of those leads are actually going to be qualified or just people that fit your criteria, then, I mean, it's not really like you need to do a lot of automation, right? So that's just my approach. I think you could overdo it and you kind of jeopardize your brand a little if you're just like trying to convert people. That's my personal opinion. So that's what we're going to be doing. So the reason I say with the homes list, if you've seen that ad before, we're going to qualify this potential lead here. Okay. So this is how we label it. Okay. So that's a perfect, label as it relates to, what we just did. So we have our age, we have the interest we use, we have where we targeted it, we have the ad angle, which you'll see in just a moment, and then we have where it's placed. Perfect, right? And then we have our conversion event. So now we're going to go to our images, and I'm going to select my page, and now we're going to create our ad. So let's turn off the dynamic formats and creative, just because I want to do an actual training on how to do that properly. And you can't just, you could kind of do it right now, but it would be a little messy. So we just want to do dynamic experiences and keep it simple. And then what I'm going to do is go to Redfin, and I'm going to just type in Phoenix, and I'm looking for a nice image that just pops, and ideally a property that is above, like, let's just say 400,000, because that's kind of the target I would want. If I'm just as a general rule, right, you want to make at least probably 12 to 15K if you can. I know different markets are different, but that would be kind of what I would say here. Okay, that way we're showing a little bit nicer houses, things, you want to make more. We have clients that we recommend based on where they are. Hey, let's only focus on 800K plus, because, why make, 10 when you can make 24 for the same system? So, that's what we would want to do. So I'm just looking for a good picture here, seeing if I find one. It's actually crazy looking at these, being in California. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could buy one of these homes here and you get so much more, but it's obviously hot. So let's see. I'll do a few more scrolls. I'm just kind of looking for an image that would pop. This one would actually do really well in terms of pool homes, but we're looking for just a nice, let's do a range here between, let's just do 275 to like, let's just do that. And let's see. The photography here in LA is definitely much, I wouldn't say better. I guess it's just different and it pops more. So I'm used to kind of seeing a different caliber of image. But we're kind of looking for that standard, like almost cookie cutter home, right? Unless you're luxury, you can use this system as well, how I'm showing you. But for the sake of just kind of getting the general, this one's good for, I think it's good angle. It's got the nice blue background, and it's just a good image for an ad. So we're going to choose that one. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the ads manager and I'm going to click on add media and I'm going to click add image and I'm going to click upload and then I'm just going to upload that image. So now I'm going to click next and just make sure everything's formatted. So this one I want original, and you can see this ad looks good. That's a nice, just a good image for an ad. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my buyer templates. Okay. And I'm going to just copy this ad template. And then I'm going to go here, click primary text and paste that. And so now I'm just going to adjust the template to be specific. So I'm going to say new Phoenix homes on the market. Check out these adjectives. I'm going to say beautiful homes that just hit the market in Phoenix. And then click learn more below to get a custom list of homes instantly. And then what I'm going to do is copy the headline. So I'm going to just copy that here, paste that over here. And there we go. We're pretty much there. I just want to make sure it's showing up here. Let's see. Okay, headline. Okay. So it's not showing that this is the headline. Let me see if I can get it to show it. I want you guys to see how the ad works. Let's see. Okay, well, this would be right here. I'm not sure why, like I said, I'm going to double check the settings. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's just not showing there. But that is where it would be. And I can send a test to my phone to make sure it is set up properly. But that's what we would do for the ad, right? So copy, paste, headline, boom. And then now what we're going to do is click learn more. That's good. And then for our website, this is where we're going to paste in the link to our funnel. Okay. So this is just a test funnel. This is what we use for our demonstrations for potential clients. So I'm just going to choose this right here and I'm going to paste it right here. And maybe this will update when I paste the link. There it is. Cool. So there you can see our ad. Nice image of the house. We got to get a list of these homes and then learn more. And then what's going to happen is instead of taking them to an instant lead form or Facebook Messenger, as you've seen maybe in my other videos, we're going to take them to this funnel. Okay. So the Pace Client City from onboarding here, homes is basically for our team members. When a new client signs up, they basically just put in Phoenix and then it auto-populates that word Phoenix for the entire system. That way we don't have to go in and do all this stuff. So that's why you're seeing that there. So I think I can show you how it works. So in our CRM, you can do custom values. And there you can see advertisement system. So if I type in Phoenix here, all I have to do is type that in and then watch. It'll automatically populate there. Boom. So that way I don't have to like think about it all the time and like go, because there's parts of the follow-up that we have. We have automated email and text follow-up, and so we don't want to have to go into every part of the system and find Phoenix, and it's just too much. Same thing with the company name, all that good stuff. So what happens is the ad is set up, right, and then we go to preview URL, and now it's basically taking them to this funnel, right? This funnel. And so what we need to do is we need to install this pixel. So I'm going to show you how we do that. Really simple. So I'm going to come here and just duplicate this tab with the ads manager. And I'm just going to close out this specific campaign. I'm going to click on the all tools and go to events manager. Okay. And so since this particular ad account is using the new breed agent pixel number 1. I'm going to go to new breed agent pixel number 1. Okay. And they actually, right as I'm speaking, they just changed this because this is the first time I've ever even seen this. So it's kind of funny. Well, you're getting the most up-to-date training because they literally must have done this right now. So let's see how to navigate this. I think it's covering here. Okay. So I'm going to click data sources, and then I'm going to click on your pixel here, which is, this is my pixel. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the add events here, and I'm going to click on from a new website, and I'm going to click install code manually, and I'm going to copy this code. Okay. So then in our CRM here, so sorry, there's a lot of tabs open. Let me close all this chaos out. You guys saw the automation. You guys saw that. So we're good here, and we don't need my study music. So we're going to basically, let me close this too, that this way you guys are clear on what we're doing. So we have the ad pretty much set up. We haven't turned it on, right? So what we need to do in order for this campaign to work, so we have to install our pixel onto this funnel. That way this conversion ad, right, which is the more advanced way to get quality leads, actually knows, that people are visiting the website. Because if you don't have the pixel, Facebook has no clue that people are visiting the website, and it doesn't know what a lead is. So what we're going to do is go to our funnel here and click settings. And now what we're going to do is type in our head tracking code. So I just pasted the copy code here that I have here, and we're just going to paste it in the head tracking and the body. Simple as that. Boom. So now if I click on this preview link, you're going to see this pixel helper is live. And so now it works. Now there's one more step to do. So what we're going to do here is go to our schedule page. So this is in our funnel that we have. We're going to click on edit and click edit page. And then we're going to click on settings. It's loading. But this is basically the calendar page that the lead goes to after they fill out that entire survey. So we click settings, and we're going to click on tracking code, and then we're going to click paste. And all we're going to do here is we're just going to copy this little link that says page view, and we're going to click shift and enter and paste in a new little code, and we're just going to type in lead. Okay, and then we're going to click save. So that's the most advanced thing you're probably going to need to do. We're doing one more version of it after this, but I'm just going to tell you that's pretty much the most advanced thing you're doing. So then what you want to do is you want to go to the settings again. Make sure that this is all copied on your clipboard, and you're going to go to the this 9 icon gallery, and we're going to click success page. So these are the steps to our funnel that we have in place for our clients. So if you're wondering what this is, how this works, this is in our CRM that we provide, and this is one of the systems we have set up. So we're going to click settings, and then we're going to click tracking code, and we're going to paste it here. And now instead of this lead, we're going to type in schedule. Okay, schedule. And so when we click save, what that's telling Facebook is the following. So let me back out of here so you see what we just did. So we have a 5-step funnel. It's in reality, it's only it's really only 3 steps. The 4th step is just privacy policy and terms and stuff. But it's really a 3-step funnel. So we have our survey page. So let me break this down. We have our survey page, so the lead's going to have to fill this entire lead form or survey out. After they do that, they're going to be taken to a schedule page. So when they click on the schedule page, or after they fill this entire thing out, they're taken to the schedule page where they can book in a time to talk with you. They have to input their name, email, phone number again, and then they can book an appointment. After they book the appointment, they're redirected to a success page. And so now what we've done with this Facebook pixel is, number one, we've triggered the Facebook pixel to fire on the first page of the funnel. So now Facebook knows, hey, somebody just checked out page 1. Like, that's good. That's good based on what we're trying to do. Okay, cool. Then it goes to step 2 after they fill out the survey. Hey, somebody just became a lead because they completed this action and now they landed on this page. Okay, cool. After they book the appointment, now they're going to be taken to the 3rd page. And now Facebook knows, hey, that's a scheduled appointment, right? And so we just told Facebook, hey, this is a view content. This is somebody that's a lead, and this is somebody that scheduled an appointment. So now we're basically good to go in terms of launching the actual ad because, we have the ad, and then all we have to do is click publish, okay? So once you click publish, you're going to start generating leads to this funnel, right? And we can still get one of these surveys for $8, right? So I'm going to show you the next phase of how we qualify these leads and do it in a way that actually is exactly what you want, right? So if you go to automation right here, and you go to our CRM where it's called Create Workflow, I'm going to build this for you to show you exactly how this works. We already have this built out for clients so that what they do is they sign up, they choose their city, and then all we do is basically say, hey, you can pick 2 to 3 different filters to qualify the lead on. Let's pick these together, and then, the automation does the rest. So it doesn't cost a lot. So we're going to click Start from Scratch, Create New Workflow. So let's go through this so you can see what happens for the lead, okay? So I'm going to, put in bedrooms, bathrooms, price point. I'm going to do 700,000. Let's say I'm looking to buy as soon as possible, and this is my first time purchasing a home, and I have not been pre-approved, and my credit score is this. And then my income is 90K plus, and then I currently rent, and then do I need to sell my property to buy? No, I don't have a property I own. So that's just a way to get sellers in the system as well. And then let's say I have 100K for a down payment, and then I can fill this out like, here's my situation, XYZ. I'm looking forward to working with you. Okay? And so now we've got a nice quality lead. We've got some data points, and then really what we can do with this, I'll show you all the stuff we can do because I get excited about everything you guys can create. But that's a little like application thing, and then we put in our name, email, phone number, and then we just click submit. And so now that's going to redirect me to this calendar page, and then I'm just going to type in I'm just going to choose the date I want to book an appointment, and it'll auto-fill my info based on the previous thing. Then I book the appointment, and then it takes me to the success page. So now let's go back to our CRM so you can see, all of this. You can see the client got an email right now. It's client email at Gmail, but you can see that the client got emailed. He got a new lead as well as got a text, right? So new lead. This is unsuccessful because this is just our placeholder number. But basically, you as the client, right, would get an email and a phone and a text that you got a new lead, right? And then the lead is populated here in our CRM. So we have name, email, phone, the source, and then we have all the actions they took so we can see them, visiting and booking the appointment. And then within our additional info, we can see all of these questions they answered. So we can see if they need to sell their property, if they've been pre-approved, if this is their first time purchasing a home, and what price point they're looking for homes in, and how many bedrooms. All those questions I asked are right here. And so now we have all this data, right? And so what we're going to do in our next step is we're going to automate and qualify or disqualify based on these certain criteria. So for example, let's just say that you can see also too the lead moved in the pipeline. So there's all kinds of cool stuff we have. But we're going to make this workflow conditional to a certain type of lead or certain quality. So the first thing is going to set a trigger. Okay, so the trigger is going to be the survey is completed, right? And so what's cool about our system is we have the surveys built in, so you don't have to go and get another software and link it and do all this stuff. You just, add a filter, and then you just choose the survey is, and then you choose our buyer survey form. So save trigger. So now we've told this system, right? With an automation, you just have a trigger and then you have an action. So when X happens, then Y, right? So when X happens, then Y. So when survey submitted, then what, right? That's what we have to create. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a condition, right? So a condition on our CRM is called if else. So what we're going to do here is we're going to choose a specific criteria. I'm going to just show you one way we can filter the lead. That way you understand it, and then we can build on top of it. So let's say, for example, that lead, right? Let's just say if they are not, let's say if their income is not $90,000 or more, then they are a disqualified or unqualified or bad lead, right? I'm just going to simplify it. And the reason it's real simple is because it's a data point, it's a number, right? It's not subjective. It's like, is your income over 90,000? Yes or no? If it is, then great, right? So what we're going to do in our system is we're going to go to contact details, and then we're going to go down, and we're going to be able to select from our custom fields, which are inside of our survey, and we're going to basically type or choose income. And I can actually just search it right there. Boom. So what is your estimated yearly income? So let's just say that we're telling our system, hey, if it's 90,000, that's the only lead I want to talk to, right? This is just one criteria, just so you understand how it works. So we're going to click is, right? And then we're going to choose is 90,000, and we're going to save it. And then we're going to just rename the condition. So we're going to type income is 90K plus. Save the action. So just like that, we've already filtered the lead. We haven't told the system what to do if that happens, but we've already set up a rule. So when the survey is submitted and the survey is this survey, then the income when the survey is submitted and the survey is this survey, which is the survey on the funnel, then, right, this is the then, this arrow, it doesn't say then, but that's what it means. Then run a condition, right? Fork the contact's journey through this workflow based on a condition. So when the survey is submitted and the survey is the survey we're using, then run a condition, and if the condition is the estimated yearly income is $90,000 plus, then yes, this happens, then no, this happens, right? So I'm going to show you, like I said, we're going to start simple so you get how this works, and then from there you can kind of build on top of it. So if that's yes, right, then let's just say I'm going to keep it real simple, and I'm just going to say add to notes, right? I'm going to just say qualified lead, and I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to go to the note, and I'm going to say disqualified lead. Okay, so you can kind of clearly see what this looks like just from a simple kind of labeling standpoint. So you can see, there you go. Qualified. Boom. So as it is right in this moment, if somebody filled out this survey right as we spoke, right, and they selected their income is 90,000 plus, what's going to happen is that contact will have a note, and it's going to say qualified lead. And if they didn't select 90,000, it's going to say disqualified. Okay, so now let's get into some of the fun stuff, and we'll play around with all the different ideas you can do. So let's say the income is 90,000. So the yes here is basically everything that's 90,000. So let's say we wanted to add them to a specific sequence of events, right? So maybe you wanted to get notified that you got a qualified lead. So we're going to do an internal notification in our system, and that's going to send you an email, application notification. So we have a mobile app, and so all you got to do is like click the app and it'll open up the contact, or you can get a text, right? So let's just keep it simple. Let's just do a text. And then I'm going to just follow the same progression in terms of keeping it simple. That way you guys can kind of see, hey, this is how this works. And then, okay, here's how I can change it. So let's do SMS, and then I'm just going to type in qualified lead. So you would get a text that says qualified lead, okay? So, and you could even put their name and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to keep it simple, but you could put their name, you could put their, their email, you could put their entire survey on the text, okay? So that's the internal notification setting, right? So I'm going to just stay on the yes for now, just because I want to show you all the cool things we could do. So we could do a tag, right? So let's say the tag is qualified, and then maybe that goes to your assistant, or maybe that triggers something else in our system. You could add a tag. You could also add them into the opportunity pipeline, which is that Kanban style of pipeline manager that I showed you. So you could basically say they're in the qualified lead bucket, right? You could add them to a specific workflow. So a workflow is just a set of automations. So you could send them a specific email. You could send them a specific text. Those emails and texts could have video in them. You could add a task, right? You could add a specific task to that lead. You could add those people to a custom audience on Facebook, right? That way we know, hey, this is the type of lead that we need to generate more of. There's a lot you can do, okay? You could perform math. Math is something that basically calculates a value based on the certain field. So let's say that you have, like I said, I like to use extremes. So let's say if the lead has an income over 90,000, the lead is scored a 10, or it's scored 100, and then let's say the income is anything less than 90,000, they're scored a 0, right? You could now score your leads based on certain filters, and you could add multiple filters and multiple layers, right? It never ends. But the most popular ones we do here with clients and help them build is going to be a workflow. So we would add them to a specific workflow. So let's say they're qualified. We would want a certain set of tasks to go out, a certain set of emails to go out, and a certain set of like content to go out to them, and just resources and other things like that, right? And maybe if someone has less than this income and their credit score is bad, you could even automate it where it emails to your credit repair specialist, and then you could track that lead for a referral. Like, you could do unlimited stuff with our system. So I just love to show everyone what's possible, because I truly just love this stuff, and I just want you guys to see that there is hope. You can change your business and change the way you do things with these types of systems. So yeah, I just like to show you guys. So for example, let's just leave it at that. So we're going to have the income is 90K plus. You would get a text, you would get a note, add them to a specific set of automation, and then you could even add them to a an opportunity, right? So then they become in this bucket, right? And so one of the cool things I'm inspired to show you right now is, let's say you have in this opportunities pipeline, let's say you have 2 pipelines, right? So let's say you have your buyer-seller pipeline, which is just the standard one that's default out of the out of the box, what we give you. You can create a new one. So all you got to do is go to pipelines and just type create new pipeline. And let's just call this, qualified leads pipeline. You could literally do this. Look, 90K plus income. and I'm just going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to do a create new pipeline, and I'm going to do disqualified leads pipeline, and I'm going to do 40. I'm just going to, just to keep it simple, I'm going to do 40 to 50K income, okay? Just so that it doesn't confuse you. So when I go back to the automation, check this out. So if the income's over 90K plus, guess what? I can go to opportunity. I can create the opportunity, and I'm going to add them to the qualified leads pipeline, and then I'm going to add them to that stage, and then I'm going to save it. And then for the disqualified lead, I'm going to remove them, or excuse me, I'm going to add them to the disqualified leads pipeline, and I'm going to add them into that correct bucket. And maybe, you know, this set of leads, they just get a long-term nurture. They're invited to see your content, right? We work with clients so we can create these custom strategies for you, because, you know, there's not one size fits all. You know, we want to nurture everyone that comes into your system, but we also don't want to prioritize people that aren't, you know, serious in terms of who you're expending your time and energy on, right? You want people that are engaged. And so this is just the base level of how you can automate. Like I said, we could do another segment. So they'd have to have 90K in income, and let's say their credit score is one of the following. So I can choose 670, and then I can do and then I can do credit again, and then I can do 740, and then I can do another and then I can do credit. So you guys get the idea. Like, I can literally tailor make my perfect lead right here, and just boom. So now, what did I tell the system? I told the system, hey, their income is 90K plus and credit score is 670 plus. Boom. That's just two things right there. So now the leads are seeing an ad, filling out 12 questions already, and then we're filtering on the back end. Hey, their income is 90K plus, their credit score is 670. If that's a yes, if that's true, let's send me the notification, add them to this bucket, add this note, add this workflow, add this task, call immediately, XYZ. If no, long-term nurture, send them this resource, send them that resource, send them this. And now you're efficiently moving and qualifying your leads and doing this in a really, really powerful way. So hopefully this was super, super valuable to you. I'm kind of giving away the farm with this video, but I know that people are loving the content, and so much more is coming back to me. You guys are signing up, working with me from these videos. So I want to show you everything we do, everything you can do. You don't need us, but we do believe we provide a ton of value, and I just love it. I literally love it. I love doing this. I love showing you guys. I love teaching this, and I love seeing you guys see that, hey, maybe you've been, you know, ripped off by somebody, or maybe you've been, you know, kind of led astray on these different strategies, but I'm telling you, this stuff is powerful, and I really want you guys to have access to it. My mom's a real estate agent, so I know the challenges of real estate, and I know the things you guys go through. So everything I do comes from the heart. If you're interested in connecting and learning more, comment down below. Send me a message on Instagram. You can DM me. Let's just chat. You don't have to get on a call and, you know, everyone pitching each other. Just send me a message. Let's connect human to human. And hopefully this adds value to you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.